You might have learned different charts and their scenarios in the previous lessons. Today's lesson will teach you some skills to beautify charts. The old saying, "clothes make the man," also applies to charts. A delicate chart can make you more professional. Okay, let's look at the first case. Click Chart Library in the Insert tab, and you can find all kinds of beautiful charts. Take a look at this needle tube column chart. The upper half is translucent, while the lower part has a vivid color contrast. Okay, then let's look at the data table in the case. The sales staff is listed in column A, the sales volume in 2021 is listed in column B, and the sales volume in the first half of 2022 is listed in column C. Select the data area, click Insert, and choose the most typical column chart with which everyone is acquainted with. How can we turn it into the shape of a needle tube? Let's observe the sample chart. This chart contains two sets of data series. Everyone's attention is drawn to the data series in the front because the data series in the back is transparent. Let's try to make it once we have mastered the trick. The blue column depicts data for the entire year of 2021, while the orange column depicts the cumulative data for the first half of 2022, indicating that the data for 2022 is significantly lower than that of 2021. So we place the high column in the back and the low column in the front. First, select All Data Series and go to Formatting and change the series overlap to 100% in the right setting pane. Now, the two sets of data entirely overlap. Then we select the orange column, click Fill in Line, and set a nice color for it. Second, set the data for 2021, the blue column, and set the fill color to No Fill. Now the column is completely transparent. Click Line and set a nice color for it. Then we make the width thicker. This way, the needle tube comes into shape. Then we can add data labels to this chart. Click Add Chart Element, select Data Labels, click Text Tools, where you can set the text effects in the table. In this case, we set a larger font size and click white at Text Fill. It looks good. Finally, we can adjust the gap width to finish the needle tube chart. Let's go to the second case. The table records the number of gold medals won by 5 countries in the 2022 Beijing Winter Olympics. Each column is now a medal style, which is incredibly innovative and perfectly matches the table's theme. Next, let's see how to make it. Click Insert, select an ordinary column chart, and then click System Style to select a black style. Next, we'll need to pick our favorite icons in the WPS icon library. Click Icon Library at Insert, which brings up a large collection of high-resolution vector graphics. In the search box, type medal, and then we can choose a nice icon and put it into the table. As you can see, the image remains of high quality no matter how much I drag and zoom in and out. Template Premium can use the icon library for free. If you have not subscribed, you may search for icon resources on other websites like Vector Icons and Stickers, where you can download PNG, SVG, EPS, PSD, and CSS, flaticon.com, or Epic Pixels, where you can find fonts, bootstrap themes, and icons. You can go to these two websites and capture tons of templates. Okay, let's go back to the chart. How can we fill these columns with medals? We select the data series, then select Fill in Line in the setting menu on the right, click Picture or Texture Fill at Fill, and then click the drop-down menu of Picture Fill to insert your local files. Another option is to select the newly added medal icon, press Ctrl-C to copy it, and then select the chart. Return to the Picture Fill drop-down menu, and you can find an additional clipboard. Select it, and this symbol will be added to the column right away. The icon is stretched and deformed. This is not what we want. This is because the inserted picture is set to stretch by default, but it can be adjusted to stack to display the layout normally. What does stack and scale width mean? Let's select it. Then we can add quantitative units to icons. By default, every metal represents the number 1. Enter 2 at Units Picture. Thus, each metal symbolizes 2. Sweden won 8 gold medals, as shown by the 4 metal icons in the chart. The chart is more accurate when we set the unit. Okay, let's move to the third case, mountain chart. The Normcore mountain chart has become the trend these years. There are mainly 2 things to achieve a mountain chart. 1. Set the data series as the mountain shape. 2. Make mountains overlap. These 2 things are taught in previous lessons. To solve the first question, let's create a mountain shape first. Click Shape in the Insert tab. Let's select and insert a triangle. Now we need to make the sharp triangle smooth. Select Edit Shape in the ribbon and click Edit Points. So now we can set the triangle's ends. Select the top corner, drag and drop the handle on the left side and lift it. Repeat the operation to the right side and align the ends. Now the triangle looks like mountain peaks. Select the shape, set it to Gradient Fill in the Setting menu on the right, and choose a gradient color you like. Set No Line to its border and press Ctrl-C to copy it. Select the data series and check Picture or Texture Fill at Fill in Line and then select Clipboard. Now we have turned the normal columns into mountain peaks. Compared with the case chart where every mountain peak is overlapped, how can we achieve the same effect? We can learn from the previous course that the data series can be overlapped by adjusting Series Overlap. Select the data series and click Series in the right-hand menu. Setting the series overlap will make no difference to the chart. Why? Let's recall what can adjust the series overlap. That's right, at least 2 groups of data series must show beforehand in the chart. Therefore, click Switch Row Column in the ribbon to add the data series from 1 to 5. At this time, we can adjust series overlap. In this case, enter 30%. Now the columns overlap. Then, we choose the columns one by one and reset their image filling effect. Set a special color for the highest data series in the middle. Select the peak. Change the fill color to a deeper blue. Press Ctrl-C to copy it. Select the highest data series in the middle again, and set it as Clipboard at Picture Fill. Then, we'll set the transparency of other shorter peaks to make them more layered. So the mountain chart is done. Isn't it very simple? The above 3 cases are all about the column chart. That's because column charts can solve 80% of our needs, and they can compare the difference in data. Line charts, pie charts, and combo charts all have their own beautification approaches. Take the line chart as an example, and we smooth the sharp line and select Smooth Line from the Series Options menu. 1. We can also select Line at Fill in Line, and there are many parameters to adjust, such as color, width, compound type, end arrow, and so on. Different parameters can bring different effects. 2. Select Marker at Fill in Line and check Built-in, where you can set the marker's style. Generally, we will select a circle, and you can also insert a custom icon. Note that piling elements in the chart will not make it look nicer. Professional charts are always simple. Please keep in mind when editing. Finally, there is a trick to save the chart as a template for reuse. Right-click the chart and click Save as Template, and you can rename it. Finally, click Save. Then, you can click Chart in the Insert tab and click Template to find the template you created. Click Manage Templates to delete this style, and the folder of the template will pop up. Now, you can delete the template. The end. In this lesson, we learned how to beautify charts in 3 cases. You can start from 3 aspects. First, select the correct color scheme. We can download color schemes from color matching websites. Second, We can choose suitable icons to fill in the data series and make it interesting and vivid. Third, we can achieve special effects by adjusting series overlap and create needle tube charts and mountain charts. We can click Smooth Line to smooth the lines and adjust Line and Marker to enrich a line chart. After you've beautified a chart, right-click it to select Preserve as Template to save it in the system for future use. Okay, this is all for data visualization. The next class is about security and printing. Stay tuned.